See what happens this morning. Market looks like it's going to give us some opportunities. Obviously, today is going to be a pretty big day, so you don't want to be caught on the wrong side of anything. Let me move my mic here into the action spots. Today is going to be pretty interesting, if I do say so. Lots of opportunity, I feel like. Tariffs, baby. Let's see what the market thinks of it. Let's see how we do. Let's see how we do this morning, huh? Oh, a couple minutes now. 4 minutes till market open. Four minutes now till market opens. We're not going to want to rush into anything right away. Just going to want to take it easy. What do you got for us, NASDAQ? She sold off straight overnight. Oh, don't do me like that. Don't do me like this. Sold now back into this blue area. This is when this area in between these buyers have been extremely supportive. So, gonna see how buyers react to that this morning. They've been extremely supportive of that. Take these funded accounts and make something happen, huh? This price has been a favor. Every time prices come into it, as you can see by the wick, bang, reclaimed above it, bounced out of it, started getting in there again, wicked out, coming back in. Today's tariff day, so I am kind of expecting a little bit of selling. I don't know if that's going to be immediately or I guess that's technically when, but it's kind of what I'm seeing. So let's find out. Let's find out. 30-minute now till market opens. Don't get caught on the wrong side of this. The hourly is quite vicious. Is this a classic bear flag on the hourly? Are we going to find some more support here in this buying area? I mean, if you go back to a daily candle or daily chart, this price has been supported every single time we've gotten into it. So, going to be patient now. Market's opening here in 10 seconds. We sold off overnight. We're into this area where price has been supported by buyers previously. Today is tariff day, so I think Trump's talks at 3. So I think power hour is going to be interesting. We may hesitate, but let's see what price does out of this area where we have supported previously. Currently ripping up. Testing the bottom, testing to see if we can get out of that range that we already sold into. Overnight was pretty wild. Look at the hourly candles over here on the left. Just what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight hours, and barely any movement even after that. So pretty much just sold straight off. Overnight high all the way up to nearly the 700s. You know, it feels like infinity away. Some decent liquidity down here. Yesterday's low at these 262s. So yesterday's low compared to yesterday's close. Yesterday's low feels a little bit easier. So gonna be a little bit patient, see what the market wants to do. Today is tariff day, so I think he comes on at 3 p.m. so we won't really see any movement till then, but 3 p.m. is going to be, power hour is going to be pretty fun, I think. If I was really risk on and heavy risk, I wouldn't mind this to continue down towards these lows. I think this is going to be the easy draw on liquidity right now. Let's see if we catch a bounce or not. Market's pressing higher into these 350s now. That line in the sand, the 358s. Looks like buyers are still somewhat supporting it. A little closure below it. Buyers now look like they are reclaiming it. We have all day here to make some money, right? So we don't want to rush into anything. We have all day here to make some money, so we don't want to rush into anything. Buyers do look like they were kind of holding that. I mean, the sellers look like they're holding that line in the sand there at the 358s. He said it won't be that easy. Excuse me. Buyers now reclaiming 360s now. 19,360s. We're heading up here from the open. 370s, reaching higher still. $380s, market's still going up right now. The NASDAQ going up right now. $400s, absolutely pumping. See how this candle closes. This looks pretty strong. I think I want to find a spot to try to get in on this thing short. Where is going to be the question? Obviously, view up at the 470s wouldn't be too bad. We are finding some buying support, it looks like, in this area where price has previously been supported. Another really strong rip though, so if we do come in here, I might take a just really short stab long. Should get a couple points. $430s, market going straight up now from the 350s. It's going parabolic. 440s. 440 is the NASDAQ now. Already over 110 points up from the market from the open this morning. 110 points in 6 minutes. Money. Incredible buying. 460s now. How do you fade it? We want to get a buy. Question is, where does it come back to? Tons of buy side imbalances have just been created. I wouldn't mind an entry to the 377s, obviously 100 points below where we're at to try to get in. Patience is going to be the play here, though. I don't want to rush into anything. Look at this hourly candle. My word. I mean, 150 points in 7 minutes this morning. Unreal. Money to be made, that is for sure. There's money to be made. Tapping into the hourly VWAP now. Nearly the 500s. NASDAQ going directional right now. Unreal price action this morning. Absolutely parabolic move. 500 still climbing with what looks like no pullbacks at the moment. Going completely one-sided. This is in 8 minutes from market open. And we're 180 points up. Nearly 200 now. Just touch a 200 point move. Nearly. Incredible. Excuse me. Well, I definitely think for a little while we're going to be playing longs. I don't see this just wicking immediately back down. So where do we buy this thing is going to be the question. Do we get back below VWAP? Is VWAP going to be supported by buyers? Patience is going to pay here, I think. Patience is going to pay here. NASDAQ back below 19,500s now. Excuse me. My word. Felt interesting that we were opening in this range once again. Definitely going to find a spot to try to buy this thing, I think. Just going to be patient on the when piece. Below VWAP. Do we get back below VWAP? I'm getting a little necessary pullback, I think, after almost 200 points in 8 minutes. Today is going to be a day to make some money, I think. Be tight with your entries, and hopefully it can play out nice. Crazy price action this morning. NASDAQ now trying the 520s. Again, 200 points from market open. 10 minutes. 5 minutes left for the first 50-minute range. Pretty strong closure there on the hourly. Or strong candle on the hourly. Just squeezing higher at the moment. just squeezing higher at the moment. 200 points in 11 minutes. Unreal. This is going to be a day to make some money. Just don't rush into anything. And just let the market tell you what it's going to do. I think you're going to have lots of opportunity today. Obviously, Trump comes on at 3, so be cautious of that. I think him talking about, well, he's going to be talking about tariffs and everything today. So the market's going to have reactions. We found some more support in this box where there's been lots and lots of previous buying support. Obviously, opening into there this morning justified enough longs to hop on and push the market higher. We pushed way above VWAP instantly, and now we're kind of consolidating at these 500 levels. Let's see what we do. Definitely want to try to find a spot to buy for the short-term little pump here. The question is where do we pull back to? Is VWAP going to find some support, or, you know, is the EMA going to keep curling and supply us an opportunity? Lots of buy-side imbalances were created in that. Check out a 5-minute real quick. I mean, just unreal. Reason to assume we'll come back to all of this. Reason to believe that we're going to come and close some of those. Yesterday's low here at the 262s, and yesterday's high at the 640s, and yesterday's close at the 600s. So just trying to let the market decide here. Pulling back now into the VWAP. On the hourly, looks like we're kind of wicking the VWAP. Looks like we're gonna have opportunity to make some money today, boys and gentlemen and girls, people. Whoever you are, lots of opportunity here in the NASDAQ this morning. It's a Wednesday. We got Trump talking at 3 about tariffs. Don't rush. Don't blow up your account. Stay in the game. Stay level-headed, and I think there's be some money to make. Still kind of basing above this now. I want to see a little bit more of a pullback, just a little bit more. Realistically, I mean, EMA is curling nicely, but somewhere around. It feels greedy, but 400 entry would be lovely. And NASDAQ's not even going to give us the opportunity. Curling off the VWAP, trying the 520s now. Trying the 520s, 530s. Completely one directional since we opened. $530s looks like it's given a little obstacle. NASDAQ hasn't pushed through yet. That aggressive buying. NASDAQ still trying though, the 540s now. Points are being offered. $550s pinching here. Still just going completely north. 230 points from the open 16 minutes ago. Yesterday's close, overnight high. These are feeling susceptible. 560 market going one direction. Nearly another 100 points from the VWAP there. Insane price action. Be careful. Lots of volatility. Lots of opportunity to make money as well, but you don't want to be on the wrong side of this morning. If we get another VWAP touch here, I'm probably going to try to join them, especially if the EMA does get a curl. Interesting looking NASDAQ right now. Off the VWAP. NASDAQ still at these 550s. Has gone directional since market open. If this is anything like yesterday, it was hard to join in once the moves were really going. There was no pullbacks. It was just one direction movement. So gonna see what we get today. We're just gonna be patient. NASDAQ still finds some support here. Pushing highs again. 560s. Can it break through? Yesterday's close there at the 600s at the big obvious level. Yesterday's high also, which is 640. So EMA now completely curled to the bottom of the VWAP. And 550s now. Are we gonna get some obstacles? 570s. Nasdaq still just the same thing as yesterday. It looks like, where when the price was going up, there was just no pullbacks. It was just going up, and kind of looks like the same thing now when it's going down. Hopefully we can be a part. Nasdaq still going completely one direction, completely north. We're at the 570s, 580s now. Holy Hannaford. Money to be made. And 10 o'clock news, nothing too big, but you get a little bit of news here in 8 minutes. Nasdaq just squeezing higher. It looks really similar to yesterday's price action, where when it was in the move, it didn't really offer an opportunity to get back in. I mean, you know, just very one directional movements. Today's feeling similar. Getting a little bit of a pullback now. It's either going to be the EMA here or to this VWAP. $550s now. Nasdaq still kind of holding up, still accumulating some buys. Buyers are definitely still interested. Pulling in this EMA here. I like a VWAP touch. It just doesn't feel like that's likely. EMA feels just too ambitious to get in after missing all the other moves. So I'm sitting on my hands for now. Nasdaq selling down into the 30s. News here in 6 minutes. 5 minutes and 10 seconds, technically. Off the EMA now. How's price going to react? It feels like we have some prices below to check, but 530s now, 520, still 200 points open, higher than the open 25 minutes ago. It's hard. It's hard to keep buying. It's hard to buy this thing as it's just going one direction. But, you know, with Trump coming here at 3 tonight, talk about tariffs and stuff. Don't want to rush. You know, we want to look for an opportunity to really make some money here, so. Make sure we're on the right side of things. Creating some structure here. I think this structure would really indicate, though, that we'd have to come back into this insane pump here. I think that is what that would indicate. It's just more of a when. You know, when do we pull back into this? Because whenever we do, well, NASDAQ, though, is looking like it's finding a little bit of support on the EMA at the moment. Hourly candles looking pretty strong for a close here next 3 minutes. Excuse me. Buying looks a little weaker than it has all morning, so I'm just going to be cognizant of that. It's rolling now at the 540s. Looks like it's rolling over to test the EMA again. This feels like we definitely want to try to join these cats and go long. Is the EMA going to keep support? We're going to test the VWAP. I think I would love an entry at the VWAP or even a price here at the 500s to get in. I think would be an attractive long. I think it would be an attractive long. Possibly these 490s. I think that is what I'm going to do as of right now. If we do get a pullback into these 495s, I'm going to be with them. Limit by 1, please. Into the 495s, we're going to be long if we can get it. If we can get a pull into there. Feels a little nerve-wracking with a bunch of price below, but I like the structure. I think I would like the 490s a little bit more, but we don't hate it. Trying now at the 540s. And we're getting a sell into it. $514 there. Oh man. I think we're going to try to buy VWAP now at the 490s. Tough. It's very tough. Just finding some support here, though. Off this little imbalance. Obviously, 600 is still easy target. Stopping out all these shorts, it looks like. 600s. 600s is firing. Yesterday's close. Just about. Just about to yesterday's close. The 600s here. Next level after that would be the 640s, yesterday's high, 644. And there's yesterday's close. Yesterday's high, 645s. $10 points over yesterday's close now. Still a little trouble here at the 610s. Market has just gone directional. Wanted this to come back to VWAP for an entry. Had my order at the 500s. Didn't quite get it. And now we're extending higher. Yesterday's close at these 44s here. Overnight high at the 696s. So gonna be patient. I mean, the market is clearly going up. It's kind of similar, a little bit better pullback there than yesterday, where we just went one direction quite literally. But still, I don't know if I could join, even though we did open and go down to 318. 300 points already this morning on the NASDAQ. 300 points on the NASDAQ today. It's going to be opportunity. Let's be patient here. I think third leg brings us to that high there, possibly. The third leg could bring us all the way to yesterday's or overnight close. Off these yesterday's close there, 600s. Look like we're still finding a little bit of obstacles. Feels as though we should go get yesterday's high. Market's gone straight up 300 points. It's just... Don't believe that. Sitting on my hands, being as patient as I can. The market turning over now. It's hard to fade this thing. It's very hard to fade this thing. Yesterday's close acting pretty large here. Really getting some selling off of it now from the 620s to down to the 550s. About 70 points now. Hourly candle starting to be a bearish engulfing. I think the 500s here off VWAP offer a decent spot to get one. I'm gonna put an order there. Currently very just selling. It's tricky because there's an inverse up here that I want. Oh, this is the moment here. You know, you're trading. What do you think the market really wants? I have a feeling we could get a buy here off the 495s. Previous order block, previous breakout. Sadly, it just doesn't feel super strong. The bears feel a little heavy here. I'm gonna poke one.
Order filled.
Tight stop here. Stop's going to be below this price here. These 49s. Hoping to see some buying support on the VWAP. VWAP, hoping to find some support here. Strong candle closure here would be good. 10 seconds. If this candle closes, it's probably going to be enough for me to put on my break even at this point. Now we got to hope for some continuation. I think the safest thing would to not be move my break even and keep that down below the entry here, but we're going to let this ride, see what happens. And technically, I don't really think this is the safest. I think we should be going for yesterday's close, so around here. It's kind of what I'm seeing for this trade. Hopefully VWAP keeps some support for us. EMA here is going to be the big obstacle. If we can get some continuation through the EMA, I'll like it a little bit more. EMA is going to be our obstacle here. If we can get some continuation through the EMA, I'll like it a bit more. Obviously, price isn't going to just go one direction, so it could come tap us back into VWAP, but hoping that enough bears hopped in there at the break of this structure here. So the break of this structure, hoping bears added, and that will bring us with some more some continuation up. Gonna be patient here and find out though. This is the first trade on these new accounts. It does feel like we have to go auction some lower prices though, so hoping VWAP can be support here. If we do get breaked even, it's gonna be, I feel like, slightly. Want to see some continuation here off these VWAP when I want the buyers to continue to support this here. Next obstacle is the EMA. After that, the 600s, and then hopefully yesterday's close, and that would be this trade playing out, I think. Hopefully some buys here. We're at these 528s. Hoping to see these 520s hold. This is building a bit of a bear flag at the moment, so I want to see that previous high there get broke, which would be this 50s area. See these 550s break for some continuation at least. Would love to see some continuation there. This is the bear flag that I'm afraid of. We want to see this rip here. Otherwise, shorts are going to be loading. Shorts are going to be loading. EMA here is going to be the next obstacle. Here's EMA. Hopefully we can see this hold. Don't want to see a rejection here. I want to see this pop some stops and continue higher. If we do, I think 600 is going to be our next level. If we can get above the EMA here, this will be strong. I want to see this candle close strong, not really wick. See some continuation here. EMA now officially getting tapped into. EMA now getting hit. See some continuation through there. Awesome. So hopefully you can keep this and not wick through. And then I think yesterday's close is our target here. Or yesterday's high. I don't want to see that wick though. I want to see us be able to keep through that momentum. This is bulling on the 1 minute here. It's building out a bear flag, so definitely want to be cautious of that. Just want to see this move here. 10 seconds on this candle closure. If we can close above EMA, it'd be very strong. It's not looking bad. That's a strong close above the EMA. I like that. Hopefully the next level now is the 600s. Assuming we don't wick back in below now. Assuming EMA hopefully is some support. Still decent close there. $570s now. Can we go try the 80s? I think 600 is going to be the next level that is going to be interesting. There is a imbalance here as well at the 86s. Want to be cautious of that. Sorry, Thomas. My boy was short against us. And this is a bear flag building out here, so hoping to see a little support here on the EMA. Failing to hold it would definitely indicate this bear flag playing out. But if we can find some support here, I think the 600s is a play, and then possibly yesterday's high there at the 40s where we have our take profit. Decent candle closure there if we can keep wicking that. Stay above the EMA here, will feel strong. It does still feel like higher prices are in play. I don't want to see a big old Drake candle come in and stop us out. EMA's being the holding price. Buyers and bears. Buyers and sellers battling. Little continuation here. We'll push it to the 600s, I think. 570s now trying. 570s. Trying the 80s. There's the 80s. Hopefully in continuation and not wick. really love the lack of continuation there on that candle. Back to the 70s now. I want this to be a little bit more decisive. 600 is going to be the next big level. Trying the EMA again here still. Sellers are trying to get it back below the EMA. Buyers are defending. Feels like we are curling over now, though. Price is completely sideways. Feels a bit curly for the downside. We failed the 80s break there. Trying the 70s now. Gonna want to see some continuation into that 80s where this imbalance was, which is what I kind of pointed out, and we tapped into it there and looked like sellers are still supporting. So I like that our break evens at least below WAP now, so I think we have at least a safety to either hold or get our move. And so just check over here on the, yeah, I don't hate it. I don't love it. I want to see some continuation off this EMA, but I don't hate it. I think we're building on a bit of a bear bull flag right now. I think we're going to see some continuation. Get back into the 70s would be a start. There it is. Let's try the 80s again now. Hopefully can find some more support. 75s now, trying the 80s here again. Can the NASDAQ find some support? We're into the 80s now. Pushing the 90s. 86. And there is the 90s play. So now the big obstacles will be the 600s here. Still here at the 90s. 93, 95. Let's see the 600 play here. There's the 600s. See how many stops had their orders here, or shorts had their orders here, trying to get ahead of this thing. Price still at yesterday's close at the 600s. $600 still into play here. See some continuation through here would be awesome into the highs, 610s hopefully. And then from there, it would just be the high of this previous wick, which was 20s, 620s. And then after that, I think we'd be on to the yesterday's close. And then, yeah. 600s trickling now. 6 of 5s. I want to see some continuation here. I don't want to see us get held by yesterday's close again. Back now below the 90s. Big rejection there at the 600s. Yesterday's close still being effective. Back to the EMA, it looks like. 60s. Back to the EMAs. I don't really love that rejection at the 6s. Back to the 70s now, yeah. EMA is currently giving us a bounce at the 75s. Hopefully we can get back into these 80s now. There's the 80s. Just keep a hold into there. Try the 90s again. There was a lot of sells at the 600s there. $575s. Still kind of trading sideways right now. $550s, $560s, back to the EMA. Looks like the 600 seller is still very effective. This is where it's like I wish I had my my trading buddy with me on the mic or on the thing, because I'm curious if he thinks the 600 should be a spot to take some profit. We're at the 75s now, or if he thinks yesterday's high is actually into play. Trying the 80s again here, NASDAQ. Can we get some reachy? There's the 80s. Keep it claimed into here. Just try the 90s again. 600 still going to be the big fat obstacle, if we can get there. Trying the 80s. This is where it's nice to have friends you can ask questions to, because yeah, wherever price goes right now feels 600 feels like an obstacle. I should probably try to consider some profits, but now that if that does break, and now that we built more structure down here, it makes me believe there is still room on the table for more prices. So trying the 90s here again, holding into the 80s. There's the 90s trading. Thomas short is 600 again, which means he does probably think that that is a good place to get out. So keep that in mind. 95s now. Can we try the 6s again here? Pushing. 6s again. Can we get some continuation now through there? 601s. I want to see the 10s fire. I'll see the 20s is that next high there. And then from there, we want to hold to the 40s. Can the 600s actually break here? This is going to be a big spot to find out. Price is holding. 600s. Want to see a breakthrough. I do not want to see sellers still supporting this price. 595s now. It feels like we're just kind of building orders. Shorts are trying to hop in. Buyers are trying to buy the breakout. Still battling. $600 still holding. Can we get some continuation? Lack of would be concerning here. Failure to break above that would be quite concerning. Back to the 590s. 588.9 at the moment. EMA is curling a little, which I enjoy. 98s, trying the 6s again here. Will it be enough? Will this be the time? She's trickling, bouncing around there. Still battling at the 600 price here, the NASDAQ. There's 600s again, 603s. Can we get some continuation now? 610s looks like. There's a little break. 10 more points to the today high here. 620 is going to be the next big level here where we were already having some orders. I want to see all these 600 shorts getting squeezed underwater. Price is bouncing on the sixes now. Looks like it's struggling to break through it. 612. There's high here of 620s. 620 breaks. $620 still. I'm gonna call it there.
Order filled.
I'm gonna take my trade there. I got out a little early. Oh my god, and one of my accounts didn't copy. One of the accounts did not copy. Holy cow, is that frustrating. You can see it says Express copied by 4. Copy trading. Account number. Who didn't get it? Oh my god, my luck sometimes. This is just unreal. Wow. Just wow. Well, I gotta take it off now. I don't know what to do really. That's so frustrating though. Right here, it's this one. It's number 6975. He's by himself now. Fuck, that sucks. I guess I should still trade him together though, honestly. This happens. I mean, this is the reality of trading. It's just really unfortunate. I was hoping for the breaks there to the 40s, but I had to exit as I did see some rejection. And I'm only crying on the inside about the fact that this did not copy over. Fuck. And I didn't check while I was in my trade. If that's ever happens to you guys and you just take a new set of accounts, make sure you're checking. Make sure you're making sure they're all being copied. It's a real bummer. 6975 is washed. Oh, gosh. Well, now we have about 4,300 in drawdown, so I guess with these 4 accounts, I think I should just trade them separately, like differently at this point. I don't know. Really happy with this price, this trade though. 120 points. 120 points, 1 trade. And yet, only on 4 accounts. Oh my god. Thomas is done for the day. See what you said actually for sure. You said Georgia 600 again. Added some on the EMA retest. Just stop for break even. Done for the day. Fuck, buddy. I got fucking cooked. It says +4, but 69.75 is washed. No trades. Everyone else got it though. Bummer. Like, what a bummer. Whatever. Can't do anything about it now, so stop worrying about it. Can't do anything about it now, so. Price still kind of hanging out here. This makes me think we have lower prices engaged. Nasdaq still kind of bouncing. We're at the EMA now at the 580s. We did break above previous high at the 620. It got to 630. I was hoping for 40s for previous day high. We rejected off, and now we're at the 80s still. Damn, he was less than 10 points from take profit. Where did you short from? 6. And then so I got in at 595. So you were looking for 485 to trade. Damn, brother. Literal high a day. So you shorted 620. Yeah, that's why? Because of it's a good entry. And now it does look like shorts are gonna actually play through here. Nasdaq isn't giving up completely though. Still here at the 85s, trying the 90s again. I'm with you though, Thomas. I do think shorts are in play at some point. Nasdaq still pushing though, trying the 600s again. There's no give. It's not giving up. It's not giving up. $590 still finding some support. Nasdaq looks like it's trying the 6s once again. I think I'm actually going to take a stab at the 6s this time. Shorts haven't been paying today, but I don't want to have this following all these accounts if this guy's by himself. Or maybe, I don't know. I don't know what to do now. It fucked me all up. It fucked me all up. Why did it do that? Trying the 95s now. Oh, at Bob's, you get lowest prices. Did you know that? Like, if you want cheap stuff, go to Bob's, I guess. All right, we're at the 695s. The 596s, I mean. Trying the 600s again. There it is. Are we going to get some continuation? 6.5, 6.10s. So I'm still feeling like I wasn't a proper trader here. I should have not got out just because we wicked this. It just felt like wicking that trap and then continuation felt like we were going to go see VWAP again, which is why I got out of my position about 30 points too early, but not sure yet. More really upset about the fact that it didn't copy trade and just feels bad, you know. It's like, oh, what can you? It's like, oh, that's not what I wanted. But let's see what happens here. I am only got about 10 more minutes, 15 more minutes. Maybe can be back for power hour, but I don't think so. So I think this is going to be it, unfortunately. Oh my god, it's so upsetting. Should I copy them? Overall, still bearish. I agree, especially with the news coming out at 3 p.m. tonight, or when Trump Daddy gets on at 3, starts talking about the old tariffs. I don't imagine we just keep seeing this type of buying, but the fact that we rejected 6s again is pretty decent. I feel like I want to short with these 600s for yesterday's close and their obvious stacking here. It just feels like they aren't gonna sell it right now, if they are selling it. What do you guys think the tilt says? Let's see. NASDAQ completely split. Wild. 50-50. Undecided market. If we get back, oh, we did too. I feel like that's enough of a reason to try to join short. If we get back to this 90s price, I'm going to add a contract. Would have rather shorted the actual 6s, but I'm short here one. And now it's going to be on all my accounts. Now that I'm actually going to be wrong. Yeah, this guy's losing. Can I have a tight stop here? I want to see the 600s fail. This feels like this will be the time we don't, of course. Gonna be patient, but it does feel pretty tough. 600s is the price that we really need to see hold. Closure above 6s, I'm out of this. Price is holding the 6s at the moment. This candle will tell us what we need to know. I want to see this back below the sixes now. Getting 610s. Sixes have been an interesting price all morning. $10 on this candle. I want to see it be below sixes. Above sixes, I'm out. Six, 5. And some continuation now. Bearish engulfing. See this close. Otherwise, we're out of this trade. 605s now. Back to the sixes. Let's see the sixes hold. Back to the EMA now. I want to see some continuation. This candle closure will be important. See how we backed off this EMA and the 590s. 590s where we got in. Technically, it gave us a little higher of an entry, it looks like, but whatever. I want to see a break back into like the 70s or so we can throw on a break even. Just kind of let this thing do its thing at this point. Defending the sixes as many times as we have feels decent here, so I don't want to get out quite yet now. Now we at least have a candle to put our stop loss above, so if we break above that, there's no reason to really be in it. So I'll put that on now. Risking about 600 here, targeting potentially VWAP, really. So it's about a 3R trade. Let's get a move now. Come on, Nazi. I want to see a real move here with a real push. It's 590s being the obstacle. This feels like it could get heavy if it does go down. We're back below the EMA now, so I want to see this just continue. Above 600s here, I will be looking to get out. With a closure up there, we have an easy place for our stop. I want to see sellers actually be able to hold this price. This is yesterday's close. This has been all morning. Once they do find a little support, it just goes. And it's been trickling in and out. It feels like a strong close, honestly. Feels like a strong close. I think we're going to get stopped here. We probably have a really obvious stop. Our short stop should probably be, this should actually be our entry, and our stop should be above high day. It's a 610s now. NASDAQ is still finding support. Back below the 600s there felt decent, but buyers are buying in at 600, so that's the trend of the moment.
Order filled.
Bummer. And this guy's down $600. Oh my god, it's so annoying. Bummer, bummer. We're just squeezing higher. Don't you dare tick us out and then go down. Hourly candle still strong. About 9 minutes for the closure of it. Decent, 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 but not fantastic. We are literally going to get wicked out again. That feels kind of personal, NASDAQ. Feels like you're kind of targeting me there, girl. Like I said, my stop was at an obvious price, so practically my fault there. Probably still targeting these 640s is where market looks like it's still trying to target. What's our 6975? Blech. I'm sure I lose on that. 615. Yep. Yep, we did. And we're right back at where we got in. Just criminal price action today. At these 600s, this is really pinchy, really weird. Couple more minutes for me. Back to the 600s now. Shorts look like they want to. I don't know exactly what they're waiting for. Just for Tower to get stopped out there for $600 before they want to bring it back. Like, buyers have been eating this EMA up all day. All day. Or all morning. 600 price now. Back to the 90s. Back where Tyler got in. $600 rejection. 600 rejection. 600 buyer trap rejection. 600 rejection, rejection, rejection. It's an interesting place. The revenge trader in me wants to short this again and get my money back. Well, I want to short it again because we keep failing the 600 level, and I want to be right, you know. But the money back would be cool too. But I want to be right. I do think we're gonna get this closure down to these. It's another 100 points offering there. They just wanted to do it without me for some reason. And every time we keep coming into this price like this, we're getting a buy out of it, so. Yeah, just like that. Just like that. So somebody to supporting this? Is it? Do we short these 620s? Or do we long this breakout since there's going to be a lot of volume here, probably to those 40s? It's really tough. We're extremely tight here. Well, I gotta do it. I'm gonna short the let's say the 17s or the 20s, but we got there too quick. No, now she's gonna go. Nazi Nazarax. Looks like she wants it now. I couldn't short this, that's for sure. Alright, well, that's going to do it for me. Not too bad on the accounts. 1,700. This one lost 6 because it didn't follow, and then I was up 20. Yeah. Not the best, not the worst. See what tomorrow brings. See what Power Hour brings. I think Power Hour is going to be wild. Hope you guys can crush it. Good luck. And I will see you guys tomorrow, 9/11. All right.